Griffin, you have any Yahoos saved up this week that you'd like to share with us? I love that if you do.
I could do a quick one. Yeah, sure. This Yahoo is sent in by lots of folks. Thanks. It's an anonymous Yahoo Answers user who I'm going to name Jim. Wow. Asks.
But it's not spelled how it sounds.
No, it's GYM. Asks. Why don't we have castles anymore? We only have regular basic buildings now. Why did humans stop building castles? Castles are just as good and sturdy as regular buildings, except they look better. So why did humans stop building castles? I live in America, BTW, and maybe it's just America that hates castles. I haven't been to other countries. There's castles. I mean, I'm talking out of my ass now, but I would estimate that the castle per square inch ratio of America is lower than a lot of other sort of territories across this beautiful globe of ours. I think I can understand the question because castles are made out of what? Rocks and stuff to hold the rocks together. That's basically it from what I like.
And tapestries.
Tapestries, but even though I don't even think they have load-bearing tapestries in castles. I think, brass tacks. There are no brass tacks involved. It's just rocks and stuff to hold the rocks together. I've never walked around inside a castle and been like, drywall. It's always rocks and stuff to hold the rocks together. And there's lots of fucking rocks, and I imagine lots of ways to get them to stick together. And so, like, I don't understand why,
I don't
housing
think people
crisis.
Building castles because they ran out of materials, Griffin. I don't think anyone thought that was it.
Well, no, it was just like somebody invented drywall and they're like, oh, cool, this is what it has to be from now on. But like, I guess drywall and wood and stuff is expensive. But like, there's a shortage of housing, available housing as a commodity. And I think that we could just start slapping some rocks together and making some pretty fucking cool houses out of it. And it's not just like so we could have houses. We could have fucking cool castle houses in it too. Like in Blank Check.
Why do we need? I mean, we don't need. Why do we need Why do we need a castle? Is my thing. Like if I upset my neighbors, I don't expect them to try to settle it with siege weaponry.
Oh,
I don't expect them to. I don't expect them to come out with like catapults and I was about to say Batista, but they came out with Batista.
What's up? It's me, Dave Batista. I'm going to start kicking your castle. We're going to see what happens.
Your neighbor paid for a cameo.
It's my new service, Kikio. I go to your house and kick your castle till it falls down. I'm Dave Batista.
Yeah, I know, Groot. What of it? Kick, 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 kick,
kick. There's just no need for the castle. There's no need for castles were used. A lot of the ruling class would make them like the boss of the fiefdom, right?
Yeah.
That they would live in a castle and then rule over. If my neighbors saw me building a castle, they would probably start to get suspicious.
Yeah.
What is this guy gonna do? Does this guy have designs on trying to rule over the region, the new king of Huntington, perhaps?
Every time I have learned anything about a castle, basically what I've learned is that the timeline breaks down as castle building is completed, and then like the next day, somebody comes and by some means will leave out, clears everyone out of that castle,
Sure.
and now that castle is theirs.
Yeah.
Repeat for about 500 years.
So haunted. I fucking hate it.
That would not fly now. It wouldn't be like, you left your house and then I got in it. Well, I guess that's just squatters' rights, isn't it?
There's a lot of complicated issues there, but I think the point remains that, like, if you walked into a house and someone told you, pretty cool house, huh? Hundreds and hundreds of people have been killed here to get the house. Then I would be like, I don't want to be in this house anymore. And yet you walk into a castle or a fortress and it's like, yeah. Cool place. Like, look at all the rocks. Pillars, love it. Look at those sconces. Those are original sconces. Thousands dead in mini sieges. Then I would be like, the spectral energy in here is not great. So I'm gonna.
That is true. When I was buying a house, like our realtor wasn't like, and you see that tiny hole near the floor? Do you know what that's for? Hot oil. That's hot oil in case somebody tries. So that's gonna keep them away. And that hole over there, that's for shooting arrows out of. So that's pretty cool, huh?
I rescind the question. It's a bad question now that I think about it.
Do you think that there was somebody who built a castle like after the age of castles was done And like as they built the castle, they finished, and they're like, Todd, no one wants to take this. And they're like, oh man, doesn't somebody want to take my castle? It's like, no, these things are highly impractical. How do you keep this like high in the winter and cold in the summer, Todd? This is highly impractical. It's like,
you need to be in a temperate region
climate
for sure.
Do you think the person exists, Travis, who would spend a bunch of money building a modern day castle, who would at any point thereafter would admit that it was a mistake? Like fellow cosmonaut Richard Garriott, creator of the Ultima series, built a castle here in Austin, Texas that has all kinds of incredible winding corridors and secret passages, and the fucking museum with a Tesla coil and a bunch of old archaic technology in it. But he probably gets to a point where he wakes up in the middle of the night and he does have diarrhea, and he has to go running and remember like which skull goes on which bookshelf to open up the hard cold stone staircase to the one toilet in the house. But still, even he would not be like, guys, I blew it. He's probably got to
just want a studio apartment.
He's probably got to keep up pretenses. Known castle haver Richard Garriott probably has to continue telling people how great it is to live in a castle. That's all I'm saying.
I would like to have a castle.
Yeah.
But I don't know that I would like to live in it. They don't seem comfortable.
Then what are you
They're all
gonna
made out of rocks.
What are you gonna fucking do with it?
What would I do with it if I had? I would let people go through it for tours and charge them money, which is what I think people in Europe do if they own a castle.
Yeah, that's how they make ends meet, is they have to turn it into like a B&B or something.
Yeah. And meanwhile, they live like above a bar downtown and they're having a great time.
I'd probably turn into a fucking cool like airsoft course, like an airsoft arena.
That's a good idea. I'd make it a Magic Quest place.
Oh yeah, that's pretty good. I would probably make mine like LARP, like a Dungeons and Dragons LARP,
like a LARP thing.
Yeah,
pretty good.
Rent it out. Maybe make it like a B&B, but fill it with board games and host
D&D B&B.
D&D B&B. Yes,
that's fucking funny.
That's fucking good.
That's good. TM.
That's good joke for a podcast, but also like good thing for life. If anybody wants that, you can have it. D&D B&B.
I'm freaking out.
Yeah,
how good these ideas and funny ideas are.
Yeah, listen, we almost don't need this. I feel like at this point,
well, good news.
We've got a lot of we're not $1 million. What?
Good news, Justin. We're not going to keep the money from Money Zone this week.
Yeah, this week we are donating the ad money from the episode to the Marsha P. Johnson Institute. Marsha P. Johnson was a incredible Black trans activist during the Stonewall riots, and the Marsha P. Johnson Institute goes to support and fight for the human rights of Black trans people in America. And it's a rad organization. We're going to include a link to where you can support the Marsha P. Johnson Institute in the episode description. So yeah, do that. And we're going to talk about some sponsors that sell products and services.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That was smooth.
Thanks, bud.